Let's get caught up on the first 3 heats of round 4 with Joe Tappel and Pete Mel.
Thank you very much, Ronnie and Ross, for flying through the day. Round 4 action has been very exciting, Pete, as we got down here early this morning and we saw nice groomed conditions, plenty of waves on offer, and really we got to see Matt Wilkinson tested in that yellow jersey to kick things off.
He sure did, and that was a very close heat. As you take a look at these ones, this big, these two were battling it out big time early. It was Julian Wilson. I felt like he was going to take this win. He looked solid in the first few waves, but then and Wilco looked really shaky. Wilco had some falls early, and that really affected him. And it was good to see him kind of bounce back.
Yeah, it was a great heat. Joel Parkinson, Julian, Wilco, all Australian matchup. Like you said, Pete Wilson started with a 6.5, 5.93. Parco got a 7 in there, and then all of a sudden, right at the end, the yellow jersey started shining bright after a series of falls. Wilco all of a sudden put himself in the lead, under pressure to perform. Parco got it at the buzzer.
He did. He needed a 5.8, got a 6, and that was a really tight one because everyone up on the bleachers was watching, contemplating who, if, and when. You can see that there was one finally going Parco's way. He felt like he got away with one.
So Wilco's just second loss of the season in those round 4 matchups as he's in round 5, and then we had a very close matchup. Leo Fioravanti, Ace Buchan, and Nat Young. Pete, when we looked at the numbers, they're all in the 11-point range. This was hard for the judges to make a decision on the winner.
It sure was, and it was close heat, and those exciting ones. Leo was very adamant about getting the 2 best waves in the heat, and he did that. His waves stayed open all the way through, much bigger than the other surfers, but it was only by microns that he actually took this heat win.
We look at Leo's form, picking off the set waves. We also talked to Strider at the start. He wanted to control the opening exchange. He held off Ace and Nat off a gem of a wave to start, applying pressure early, and just getting those solid wraps to finish was enough to do damage. Ace frustrated, Leo elated to move on to the quarterfinals.
He is certainly not intimidated whatsoever by these surfers in this draw, and he finds his way into the quarterfinals.
An exciting heat, Pete. Kolohe and Dino ends up on top of Jordy Smith and Medina here.
Yeah, and this was Kolohe was out there, and he started right out of the gates putting big scores up, looked really confident. The conditions were suiting him. He has been getting coached by Mike Parsons, and I did have a bit of a chat with Mike talking about the 2 different strategies that he wanted him to be on, is either be on the high quality waves. There's plenty of waves out there, but the high quality ones are fewer and far between. But also, if that doesn't work out for you, you know what? Take your innovation. He didn't need to do that a bunch in this heat. He did have an error at the end of a wave right here, little lollipop one, but he had the carve to start that one. That was his best wave.
Very interesting heat. When we saw Jordy open with a 7.6, we thought he was going to run away with it. Medina in this matchup also had an 8-point ride, which kept this one very interesting. Medina looking sharp on those backhand opportunities, but Andino's found this magic run this season. What's so different about Kolohe's form for you, Pete?
It's his head. It's all straight in the head. He's confident. He's always had the ability, but is now finally realizing that ability, especially after that final at the Gold Coast.
Well, we got Joel Parkinson in the quarterfinals, representing the oldest guys left in the draw, 35 years of age. Leo Fioravanti, part of that younger guard at just 18, an Italian wild card in the quarters. And Dino keeps that young progressive theme alive as he's off and running into that quarterfinal series. And we have one more heat to establish here with round 4, heat number 4. Kai Wabelli, Italo Ferreira, and Sebastian Zietz. Seabass is a guy that could also play the spoiler in this contest.
Sure looks like it.
Will
Look at the
he
heat
keep
in the water.
Momentum going?
But right now, yes, I'm backing him. He's got some big scores, and he's right now leading this one right in the water.
As we'll toss it back to Ronnie and Ross for the call.
Thank you, lads.